Okay. So, hi, I'm Cheyenne, and this is an interview with Dennis Beasley, the director of the Memorandum at Christopher High School.
Hi.
Well, first off, what were some challenges you faced while directing this play?
Well, there's quite a few. First, it's in a new space. I've never been in this space before, so it was different learning the space and how to use the play, how to use the space. It was a challenge casting because I was out of town for the beginning part of the casting, and then when I came into town, we had to call people, and it took us a little while to put together a cast. Just the fact that I don't live in town anymore became a challenge because I wasn't able to do the things that I'm used to doing when I do a play. Those were some of the challenges. Also, cutting the play. It's a very long play, and since we had a limited amount of time to do it, we had to cut the play. So we probably cut 40% of the text, and that was a challenge.
Next question. What was your concept of the play, and what were you trying to get across to the students?
Well, the concept of the play started with Gross is a sane man living in an insane world. It comes from the idea of absurdism and the fact that all of these constructs that we make for ourselves, language, business policies, are all meaningless. So what I wanted to get across to the audience is the absurdity of the bureaucracy that happens in an office. And I think that metaphorically you could see that the office could take the place of a government, it could take the place of a school. So I wanted the students to kind of walk away with the idea that you can't just be a mindless drone kind of succumbing to all of the different bureaucracies around you.
Next, what is it like to work with the different maturity levels on this project? Because you have a kid like Michael Perez, and then you have Jim McCann.
Well, yeah, it's a challenge for sure because any director will tell you that when they have different actors, you have to talk to actors in different ways. So that makes this play actually similar to a lot of other plays in that all actors need to, you take a different approach with each actor. But it was a challenge because someone like Michael or some people that have never worked in their particular job before on the show, like Lauren has never been a stage manager. There's knowledge about the theater that I take for granted that everybody has, and obviously someone who's new to the theater doesn't have that knowledge. So that was the main challenge, was catching everybody up and getting them all on the same page.
Okay. Estimated, how many hours did it take to turn this little black box theater into what it is now?
Oh, wow. Hundreds of hours. Between Dr. Booth and I and all of the people that helped, it took hundreds of hours. We started working on the set in the third week. We actually went and shopped for things the second week, so hundreds of hours it took us to build the set and to buy the props and to paint the set and to put in the chairs.
Okay. Next, how does the story incorporate metaphors and symbolism to address the theme?
Well, there are lots of metaphors and symbolism in the play. If you look at the set itself, we have our set of bars that are on the stage right side, symbolic, obviously, of like a jail cell. We used a very restrained color scheme to kind of metaphorically show the restraint that they have in the office. There's only a few colors. And things like the staging we used. There's the part in the play where they talk about the vicious circle, and I staged it so literally Ballas was going around in a circle from mash it to cook to tally to mash it to cook to tally. So that was a way to kind of show some of the metaphors in the play.
Okay. What made you choose this play to work on as a project?
Well, it's funny when you're a director coming into a company that's not your own. There's a whole process that happens. So this show in particular, Dr. Booth read a bunch of scripts, and then she passed on to me several scripts that that she had already approved, essentially. And we picked this one because, well, there's a lot of reasons. One, because we thought it would be accessible to the students. Two, because we thought the story fit in well with the curriculum at the school, and that we could talk about important things associated with this play. Three, out of budget reasons, we thought that we could do a really nice job with the sets and the costumes because of the scale of the show. And I had another one, but I don't remember right now.
Okay. Next question. Did the play turn out how you wanted it to in the end?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the way the play turned out. They never turn out the way that you think they will. That's just the nature of the beast. But a lot of what I envisioned really happened. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out, and it's very close to what I envisioned, while being far enough away that it's exciting. Because when you get a whole group of people together, what you get to do is you get to use everybody's ideas. And so there's no way that I can anticipate what Cheyenne ideas are going to be as an actor. So those obviously change my vision of the show, I guess.
Okay. Do you believe that the society itself is a never-ending vicious circle of struggle?
That's kind of a loaded question. Yes, I do in a way. I think that anybody who's lived long enough has figured out that there are cycles that happen in life, and that no matter how much we know or how much we learn, history repeats itself. So in that way, yes. I don't think of the world in the hopeless way that I think the absurdists and maybe Václav Havel was even thinking of when he wrote the play. I think that there's a hopelessness that comes from absurdism, that everything is just bound to repeat itself and everybody's living a meaningless, humdrum life, and I don't think that's true at all. I think that we should always struggle to make ourselves happy and to always try and find the hope in what we're doing, because if we don't, then what's the point?
Next is, tell me truly, what do you think it takes to make a director?
The director kind of has to be, the director is the jack of all trades. The director has to know a little bit about everything. The director works with a lot of people to put a play together. There's a costume designer, there's a scenic designer, there's a sound designer, there are actors, and the director has to know a little bit about every job so that he can talk to all those people. And the director also has to be able to lead, someone who isn't afraid to make a decision and to inspire other people to follow the vision that the director has. So the director has to be creative, and then he also has to be able to get everybody else on board.
Let's see. And then last but not least, are there any last words you would like to say to your cast and to the contributors of this play?
Yeah, everybody did a great job. I think we had a good time, and I think we came up with a play. We told the story in a way that is fun and ultimately is meaningful in some way. I think that we told the story, and I think everybody had a good time, and I think that the people that came to see it went away with something. And I think that's all you can really hope for when you direct a play or when you do a play. And everybody did their part to make that happen.
I think that's the end of it. Because I was supposed to add another question, but I think 10 is enough.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.